got food
Yeah.
in my hand. I'm not apologetic about it at this point. Like,
No, she's been going for 3 rounds straight plus 2 Splatoon rounds. She deserves it.
Yep.
We're here at round 4. We got Ben and Riley going against each other.
they knew
They
they
knew
were
it, yeah.
gonna get called. It was great.
Like, they didn't even set up. They were just waiting for us to call their names. And, well, but now they're ready to play, so let's get into round 4.
Cheers. Yeah, so this will be fun. I mean, it's really been fun to watch Ben's growth as a character, like as a player.
As a character.
Yeah, as a character too. Okay, are you kidding me? When this boy was in seniors, you know what? You know how many words he ever said to any of us? 0. The minute he hit masters, he got all this sass, and it was ridiculous. Oh, this is.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I knew what Ben was gonna be running into going into this. So.
Well, Ben is gonna go with that Groudon Venusaur combo, but also the Kyogre Ludicolo combo, and Shedinja and Ditto.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot
awesome.
of people who pay attention to the European circuit, especially, Ditto is not going to be something that's really surprising. And for people who pay attention to the Southeast Asia circuit, Shedinja is also not going to be something surprising, right? I mean, Kyogre Shedinja was a really nice combination to have over in the Southeast Asia, and then Ditto had a lot of top cuts in a European special a couple months ago. Yeah. So what's really nice about it is, you know, it's got the imposter ability, so you can copy the boost from any Xerneas,
Yes.
like on Riley's side of the field.
There you
Riley
go.
running a very familiar team to anybody who's watched any of his matches from Sun Series.
I know, it's pretty much the same thing. It's Xerneas, Kyogre, Tornadus, Kartana, Incineroar, and Amoonguss.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about Riley, except apparently.
He's done the same team pretty much the entire year.
I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Exactly. Let's get into it. Now, I'm curious the item on Ben's Ditto. I know Red Card is quite popular. It's my personal favorites as well, but...
I 100% know what it is, because I remember looking at his team sheet and yelling at him and being like, why are you doing this?
Oh, okay. Well, this is going to be interesting.
Well, what's really fun is that you have somebody like Riley who's been playing as a master for a long time, and then Ben who's, you know, first-year master, kind of been paired up in this sort of way. And you've got Ben with kind of a couple other choices. You know,
Yeah, we got Groudon and Ludicolo kind of mixing it up here for Ben's side. Riley going for Kartana and Amoonguss, so double grass types.
I mean, yeah, that's actually kind of nice because, you know, Riley has a lot of pressure with this Kartana. Is able to kind of threaten a lot of damage onto that Groudon, and even if something switches in there, it'll be taking a lot of damage. Ludicolo, interestingly enough, is going to be out here in the sun as opposed to the rain, so no access to Swift Swim. It does have fake out pressure as well, and it won't be affected really by something like the Rage Powder from Amoonguss. So, I mean, Riley has some very interesting choices in terms of what he can do. He could Spore for the Groudon as well, because, you know, nothing like a terrain will be up on the side for Ben's, will be up on Ben's side of the field.
Groudon here too isn't, I don't know, because you have that Kartana, you have the Amoonguss, and both of those really put pressure on that Groudon here, but Amoonguss is going to swap out going into that Tornadus here. Now, we're going to see Ludicolo fake out onto the Kartana, preventing it from doing anything, and now Riley is gonna just stay still as Groudon takes a free fire punch onto that Tornadus, and that's gonna hang on with the Focus Sash, no burn, so it's gonna live for the turn.
Yeah, it's really interesting that the fire punch actually went into what was that Amoonguss, which I think is actually really smart because Ben's correctly identifying that Amoonguss could be a real pain in the butt if you leave it around too long. You got things like Rage Powder, Spore, things like that that make it harder to attack Pokemon on Riley's side, especially if he's able to set up a Kyogre to bring in, right? And so what's also really nice is now when you look at Ben's side of the field with the Groudon and the Ludicolo, if you bring in a Kyogre, you're helping the Ludicolo out a lot more, right? Sure, you get attacks on the Groudon, but Ludicolo is going to be in a better position. So now that Kartana has been sort of faked out, the thing now is you have to be careful if you're that Kartana, because you could also get fire punched as well.
And Riley sees that, swaps out that Kartana, going this time into Kyogre. So Ludicolo does get the boost from Swift Swim as the Drizzle activates. And now we're going to see Tailwind as well from Riley. So now, back and forth it feels. Riley does have the speed advantage, it seems. And Fire Punch from the Groudon is going to go onto the Kyogre slot, the former Kartana slot.
It's going to get burned for sure.
Yep.
Yikes.
That's the stream luck right there.
That's rough.
This time, though, we just see Ludicolo go for Grass Knot. It is going to get rid of that Tornadus, so Tornadus is gone. We now know all of Riley's team. And it definitely poses a threat to Ben's Groudon.
Yeah. I mean, I think right now, yeah, you're going to see the Kartana come back in here, which is really nice because if you're Ben, you have to make that choice now. despite the fact that you have Silson available to Ludicolo now, that Tornadus did its job before it got knocked out. It was able to get that Tailwind up, give the speed boost to Riley, and that Kartana can take a huge advantage of that. There's no Intimidate on Ben's side to be able to stop that Kartana from like not being at max attack. And I think despite the burn, Riley can still go for something like if he has an Origin Pulse or Scald, right?
Yeah.
There's still a lot of pressure you can put on here, or you can go for an Ice Beam if you have it, because both of these Pokemon won't take that very kindly as well. So I think Riley, that burn is unfortunate, but he's won regionals for a reason.
Yeah. We're going to see Groudon swap out from Ben's side, this time going into Shedinja. While we have the Leaf Blade targeting the Ludicolo, gets down to 32 HP, it's around a 20% left, and a Thunder double targeting that Ludicolo. Looks like Riley might have saw that Shedinja switch coming.
I don't know if he saw Shedinja switch coming, but I think it was more like the Groudon is less of a threat than the Ludicolo is, because Ludicolo with the grass knot
That's true.
and everything else is a lot bigger threat than Ben's Groudon, right? I think the problem is if Riley doesn't have a way to stop that Shedinja just wins.
So we're gonna
Like,
take a
if
look.
you don't have any way to like chip it, it's
Oof. I don't know, yeah. Riley, I think maybe if he's got knockoff on that Kartana, that would be something that Shedinja could fall to, but other than that, it's gonna be tricky.
if you put Focus Sash on Shedinja, that's like the worst thing ever, because then you've got like sort of that play here as well. And so I think now it's tough because Riley has to get rid of, has to switch out his Kyogre. He's only got the Amoonguss in the back, and there's not really anything you can do to kind of stop that Shedinja. Actually, now that you're considering like, unless you have knockoff on that Kartana, you're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, and you know, with Kartana, I'm thinking it's got a. Kartana's also in a tough spot because thanks to the Groudon switching back in, the Fire Punch is now in play, and then Kyogre can't really do much. You can attempt to knock it out with Kartana, but usually Groudon takes it. So Riley's Kartana also in a very it has to or switch. Yeah. So doubles it means Kyogre's going to stay in here as we see the swap to Amoonguss. Water Spout is going to come out from Riley's side in the sun regardless. It is going to do around 50% onto this Groudon. It goes for the Fire Punch, targeting the Amoonguss. Kartana's going to live to see another turn, but Amoonguss does get knocked out.
I don't think Riley wins this. He has no way to hit the Shedinja.
No.
And, sorry.
No, it's alright.
And Water Spout. Miguel's laughing at me because I'm eating while I'm doing this. And Water Spout's going to have less of an impact because of the fact that that HP keeps getting chipped away slowly. I didn't realize that the Shedinja would be such a problem, actually. It's really smart of Ben to bring it when you look at the makeup of Riley's team. He got rid of that Tornadoes, which was, you know, nice because like the Tailwind, despite getting up, Riley wasn't able to really capitalize on it because that Shedinja is going to be a pain in the hiney.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, at this point, Riley needs to just make sure his Kartana lives this turn. It could get 2 knockoffs on Shedinja, one for the Sash, which is most likely is carrying, and one for that actual knockout. But by that point,
there it is.
There's the knockoff. But it actually targets Groudon, and we see the choice bound on Groudon. It's the first item.
Smart.
Then we see Waterium Z here from this Kyogre on Riley's side. That's going to probably get rid of the Groudon for good.
Yeah, that's not something you really want to risk.
No.
Oh,
maybe targeted that Shedinja, maybe expecting a switch or something, but at that point it's over. That Fire Punch is going to get rid of Kartana, and Riley's only chance at getting rid of this Shedinja. So, and
congrats to Ben for winning that game, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. So I guess Shedinja is a bigger problem than we expected.
Yeah. Riley definitely needs to take that into account. I'm thinking he did have a pretty decent chance of taking it out. It's just the Tornadoes, I think, went down too early for him. He needs to really keep that in a lot longer than
nice
he
levels
should
on
expect.
Your Pokemon, Ben.
Let's take a look going into game 2 here. Riley, I wouldn't be surprised to see Incineroar just for the Shedinja, even though it is kind of threatened by both of Ben's combos, you know?
I don't think that's something you want to risk. I think if you're Riley, you can understand how to better protect your Pokemon to be able to take out the Shedinja, especially because I don't think part of him was expecting the Shedinja to be one of the Pokemon in the back for Ben. So, I think if he brings Incineroar, it won't be just for Shedinja. It'll be for like sort of a pivot and intimidate. Especially because It's
I don't
tough.
know. It is tough.
I think you leave Amoonguss behind. I 100%
Yeah.
think you leave Amoonguss behind in this match.
Especially because Rage Powder isn't going to affect Ludicolo or Venusaur.
Like, Amoonguss was nice as a bot, but once you see how it interacts with Ben's team, I don't think Amoonguss is the right choice to bring him to this matchup.
Yeah.
And like, I think if I'm really considering this match because that Shedinja is annoying. I love it because it's a Gen 3 Pokemon, but as a matchup, it's kind of tough here.
Ben only has Gen 3 and Gen 1.
I was just thinking that. I was like, Ben only has 2 like generations of Pokemon here.
It's interesting. And you have Riley who's got 3, 6, 7, 5. It's a lot. That's sometimes fun to just look at those, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be kind of tough because if you're Ben, you're like, I can bring the Shedinja again, or you can just fake him out and not bring it and bring the Ditto instead.
And I partially just want to see Ditto on stream because I love Ditto.
Be useful
I know.
Here either. Xerneas can't be.
Darn it.
Xerneas is just completely useless.
Yeah, Xerneas. Yeah, no, there's no way it's.
It takes too much to set up.
Yeah, I think Amoonguss and Xerneas are definitely the 2 we're going to see left behind from Riley's side. I don't know about Ben, probably Venusaur and Ditto, but I want to see Ditto. We see Kartana and Amoonguss though, actually, from Riley's side. So the double grass type once again. Ben going for his water combo of Kyogre and Ludicolo. So the rain is going to activate.
Last time.
And
yeah. Last time.
So now with the rain activated, Ludicolo was fastest as fake out, and that might be Ben's trick, I guess. I don't know if that's like the right word, but right off the bat, we get a Z Crystal, Water EMZ. This is going to be from that Ludicolo, which is probably one of the best, if not the best, non-restricted Z move users.
I just definitely got flashbacks to like to 18.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Z Ludicolo and Life Orb Ludicolo are everywhere.
I'm pretty sure that Kartana is actually focus sashed, or double down into it.
No, it's us focus sashed, and that is a critical hit as well, so that Water EMZ is going to get rid of that Kartana right off the bat. Single target Water Spout onto Amoonguss in the rain. It sounds pretty menacing, but look at how bulky that Amoonguss is. Took it with good amount, 50% just about, and gets the Spore on Kyogre, so Kyogre is going to go to sleep.
It's gonna have to take a necessary sleep turn next turn too.
Yep.
I think losing Kartana is hard. However, I think if Riley can capitalize on the fact that he just lost that Kartana and was able to at least put Kyogre to sleep, he could be in a pretty okay position. If you take the opportunity to go for the tailwind right here with that Tornadus, you are might actually just be in a better position because you know that you're faster than the Ludicolo, even with Swift Swim, right? Even if you can't put that Ludicolo to sleep, you can at least try to switch out that Amoonguss or go for something like maybe Clear Smack to get a little bit of chip because Hydro Pump.
Hydro Pump coming in on this Tornadus slot. It is going to take it. It's going to take it. We see the sleep turn for Kyogre, and the only thing that Riley's has to protect is that Tornadus, thanks, because we see the Hurricane there.
I'd say that one more time.
Yeah, Riley really needs to focus on keeping this Tornadus alive. Sorry about that. Because we saw the Hurricane. That's the only real source of damage on Shedinja if Ben decides to bring it in. We saw the knockout on that Ludicolo. We see Groudon now, so...
I think you switch out, you definitely switch out Tornadus.
You do not want Tornadus in right now.
I think, yeah, you definitely switch out Tornadus here. And actually, your Amoonguss is also in a little bit of problem because now that Groudon is going to be able to go for Fire Punch on it, and you're going to lose another Pokemon unnecessarily. That's going to be tough.
I don't know if Riley can pull this out, yeah.
If Ben can wake up on this turn, he might actually, it doesn't even matter if Kyogre wakes up or not, because you can pick up the knockout on the Amoonguss. And you,
protect's
you
good
in.
enough.
Alright. Oh, probably so you don't take a necessary damage on the next turn, too.
Another sleep turn on that Kyogre. You see Fire Punch is going to actually go into a Tornadus slot, and Riley's going to be able to Spore the Groudon.
Alright, that's not what I was expecting Ben to do at all. That kind of like quote-unquote free Spore. I think you also, if you're Ben, you were kind of banking for the wake up, because then you could have gone for something, for an attack into that Amoonguss. So that's actually really kind of nice for Riley, but he has to kind of consider that Kyogre is going to wake up soon. And we've got the Kyogre coming too.
And there you go. Another Kyogre, we got a Amoonguss. So now with the rain up, Groudon's kind of useless with that Fire Punch. Can't get rid of Amoonguss. So Riley's...
take a necessary sleep turn with
regardless, yeah. And we see that Shedinja once again. So it does return to the field. Oh, Kyogre from Ben's side waking up, going for that water spout with the rain, but it's also very low in damage. I think, and we see the grass knot from this Amoonguss here. And with the 50% Kyogre has, that is going to knock it out. That's not terrible for Ben because he can reset the sun, which kind of puts Riley's own Kyogre into a tough spot. Plus, Riley's team can't hit that Amoonguss. I'm sorry, Shedinja. So,
You can with Hurricane.
yeah, but you gotta wait for either one of your Pokemon to go down or switch. And if you switch, that's pretty
Riley's
risky.
in trouble still.
Yeah.
Because you have to double hit into the Shedinja, and the Tornadus isn't in a position enough where it can like take 2 hits at a time. I actually think that the Shedinja is helping Ben win this match right now.
I think so too.
Which is kind of really funny to me.
I love it. It's just fun to see.
Well, because like most of the time when you see a Shedinja, you see it with Ally Switch, so that's the interesting part.
We see that water spout from Kyogre on the Riley side. We also saw that Groudon stayed asleep in the turn. Water Spouts still does a great amount of damage onto Ben's side. We see Shadow Claw targeting that Amoonguss, getting it out thanks to a critical hit. And now it is the interesting thing. I'm wondering,
Did that pick up Riley's yell? That was Riley.
That was Riley? That was Riley? Oh, jeez. No, I'm wondering if we're going to see Shadow Sneak and just get rid of that Tornadus right away, and it's over from there.
Yeah. I mean, that should have just a lot more problematic. Riley tried his best to kind of keep that Tornadus around, but, you know, I think if that Amoonguss had stayed around, he could have spored into the Shedinja, and that would have been what helped Riley push this to a game 3. The only unfortunate part is that Shedinja came in at the perfect time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it sucks because, you know, for Riley's side, not having that full health with Tornadus puts him in a really tough spot where he's not able to like kind of hit anything at this point. And I mean, there's not much that Ben can really do, like that Ben has to really do. He just lets Shedinja sit there.
Yeah.
And Riley just has to kind of be sad about it.
And there's that Shadow Sneak. That's it. That is it. We don't even need to see the rest of the match because Riley can't hit that Shedinja. So Ben Lee is going to take this match and the round, and he's undefeated. He's 4-0.
You know what Ben's biggest problem is right now? He has to figure out how to beat Jackson and not get gate kept. So, there's that.
So now, you know, it's funny. I don't know if going into this year we expected to see this giant whale thing against this little tiny ghost bug, and the ghost bug would pull it out with 1 HP. You know, it's just amusing to me. I love it.
Really, because Shedinja has one of the scariest Pokedex entries.
It does. It's so much does.
Like, it's kind of terrifying.
And there's the forfeit. So Ben is gonna take the game.
Good job, Ben. Congratulations to you. Yes. So.
See you for round.
I still have this food in my head. I tried my best to not eat it as much.
Don't worry. You did fine. We'll see you for round 5 in just a few minutes.
I'll definitely be done with this by then, maybe.
We'll see. Depends on how fast everyone finishes.
We'll see.